So why is there a watch party going on for this video?
Because I'm
it's one
content farming.
mate.
The idea is we do it as a reaction, and then you guys can tell me to pause or whatever and ask clarifying questions, which me and Henry can answer as best as we can, given that it happened a year ago. One day, I woke up with the urge to suffer for your entertainment. Welcome to Ultra Hardcore, a challenge which I did not know had an actual name until halfway through attempting. If you don't know what Ultra Hardcore is, it is Minecraft's base hardcore mode with this stupid little no natural regeneration setting turned on. What this does is disable anything considered natural regeneration, which includes all of the usual methods of healing, such as eating food. The only ways to heal with this setting enabled are via potion effects. So potions, golden apples, and suspicious stew are the only way to get health back. I'm sure you can see the problem here. Now,
What the fuck
why
is
this
this
setting
texture
is an
pack?
official thing that
That's
exists
just
is
Bedrock.
beyond me, as the game was clearly not designed with this in mind. But wait, there's more. As I didn't know that Ultra Hardcore was an actual thing when starting this, the challenge we attempted is actually more difficult than that. Our rules are as follows. 1. Multiplayer Hardcore. Me and my friend and co-attempter Henry essentially share one life. So if one of us dies, it's game over. This does not apply to the Ender Dragon fight, where we both have our own life for climactic effect, and so we don't have to start over if one of us just gets flung immediately. 2. No natural regeneration. As explained previously, food does not heal us, meaning any damage we take is hard to repair, and it is extremely dangerous to even be noticed by mobs, at risk of losing more health.
What the
3.
fuck? My
Bedrock
house!
mode. We decided to play with Bedrock for this challenge, partially because
Oh, the
we
house
didn't
is now a
own
crater.
Java yet, and partially because I
What?
thought that having Bedrock's glitchiness would make the challenge both more difficult and more interesting. However, what I
Oh
didn't
my god, the
foresee is that
fucking
glitches
audio
wouldn't
glitch
be
was
the problem.
perfect right
The
there.
real problem with Bedrock is everything else. Mobs deal more damage, along with having other various changes that make them harder, such as skeletons firing much faster, a lack of innate sweeping on your sword, meaning you can only hit one target at a time, and pretty much everything in the Nether is harder. Oh, and we can't forget that the dragon fight is actually difficult for a change. With all these odds stacked against us, can we overcome it all and seize victory? There's only one way to find out. Hard, hardcore, advanced.
I love how low
hardcore,
quality that
strategic
is.
blade, natural regen off. And we could do our own custom seed.
3264139163. Got all
I
that?
got 3264 and then I lost it.
Good enough.
We started the run as one normally would, with Henry gathering some wood while I collected stone and a few ores that were nearby, including some coal, one measly bit of iron, and copper for some reason. While I wandered around the world spawn yapping about something or other, I noticed something intriguing. Your seed might be goated. There's a fucking mushroom island over there.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's actually fucking peak, because no hostile enemies spawn there, and it gives mushrooms. So that's a perfect spot
so
to set
could have
up
won
base.
this in
While it
one.
appeared that we had found a perfect lucky spot to
They
build
don't know
a
we
base,
haven't
being that a
beaten this in
mushroom
one
island
yet.
is one of the best sources of 2/3 of our easiest to
Wait,
get
you still
healing
haven't
item,
beaten
Suspicious
this?
Stew. It
No,
also
shut
has
up.
the bonus of having no hostile mob spawning, limiting possibility of casualties. However, while the daylight still shone, we wanted to try and find our other needed ingredient for the stew to actually be beneficial. The Oxeye Daisy. The Suspicious Stew has many flavors and gives different effects based on the flour used in its creation, ranging from hot garbage that no sane person would ever craft, such as blindness, nausea, poison, weakness, and wither, to absolute nothing burgers like 5 seconds of jump boost or night vision. However, there are a grand total of 2 effects that I believe are actually useful. First, the dandelions, and blue orchids technically, saturation effect. This is not at all useful in this run, as our saturation basically never runs out due to not being used to heal us, and only really being used up when running for a very long time. However, this is basically the only Suspicious Stew worth bothering with in normal circumstances, simply due to how much value it provides with the sheer amount of hunger it fills. The other one, as mentioned previously, is the Oxeye Daisy's regeneration effect. When consuming an Oxeye Daisy stew, you will be blessed with regeneration for 7 seconds. This regeneration restores a whopping 1 heart. Regardless, it is basically our only method of early game healing, so we'll have to take what we can get. Not very long into our search, I stumbled upon a village, which, being in a plains biome, was bound to have Oxeye Daisies somewhere around. The village also had something else that I was not expecting. Wait, I can see.
Yeah,
Is that another one?
There's no way.
There's another one. Maybe you want to
Oh, I
just come
see an
here.
ocean monument.
Maybe you want to just come to here, because this one's closer to the village.
There's no way we found 2 mushroom islands.
Haters are gonna say it's fake. We found another one. Ignoring the already insane luck this world had, we decided it was probably best to set up shop at this island rather than the starting one. So while Henry complained about having to travel like 400 blocks, I foraged some oxeye daisies from the slopes of the nearby mountain. A few minutes
I
later,
would
we
do
arrived
that.
at our soon-to-be-discovered land and prepared to start colonizing it and liberating it from the filthy natives. I mean mushrooms. Oh, there's a fucking flowering tree. That's
Oh,
cool.
sick.
There's gonna
That
be a
means
lush
we have a
cave.
guaranteed good cave.
I might be dumb, but I don't care.
Or what?
I definitely fell in that hole, and I definitely took like 2.5 hearts.
Oh,
Is that a
well, I never mentioned it, but I'm at 3 hearts, so
From what?
don't worry about it.
Jesus Christ. The only way mobs can spawn here is in dungeons, right?
I think so, but I think once we get into Deep Slate layer, it's its own kind of biome.
Wait, would a lush cave override the thing? Because it's a lush cave.
Oh shoot!
We
it
might have
would.
been. Our insane luck seemed to possibly be running out, with the realization that the lush cave would likely override the Mushroom Island's lack of spawning hostiles, and making our caving adventures likely much more dangerous than we would have wished.
Well, I found something. I hear zombies.
That's not Rogers.
That means we are going to a lush cave. Let's see what we got. Okay,
You actual fucking bozo. I'll try and build
locked
like
myself in.
a... Okay. You might have... you might be stupid.
You got some of those oxeye daisies?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm now at 2 hearts.
Oh my fucking god. We need to find a way to... Wait, can we duplicate them on here?
What?
They can hit through walls, you bozo. Well, there's a...
I love Bedrock
Well,
Edition.
it seems like either
Nope,
our
that's on
god
Java
or the
too.
god the mushrooms worshipped took offense to our plans of conquest and made Henry drink the
Henry,
stupid
you
potion.
suck.
Because how the do you not look before you walk forward? My man really got the consequences of digging straight down, not via digging straight down, but by not watching his goddamn step. I will say, to his credit, he did survive the initial fall and molestation by zombie, and did manage to block himself off from the threat. By all means, he should have survived that encounter once he had blocked himself off, and cannot be held liable for not knowing that the zombies could hit him through fucking walls. We started attempt 2 with a fitting seed and took stock of our surroundings. Immediately, it appeared to be a pretty good spot, having an ocean in case we wanted to hunt for another mushroom island, a plains biome for oxeye daisies, and an acacia biome with a village. Quick tangent, is that another? Okay, so there's 2 ocean monuments over there. That's a fucking 3rd one. What is the seed?
Damn. We found the
worst
I don't
seed
even
ever.
know.
Maybe ocean monuments are more common on Bedrock or something. But while I'm on the topic of
They're
ocean
not.
monuments, I'm gonna go on a quick rant because holy Jesus, they need a revamp. Literally the only thing worth getting at them anymore is sponges. And that's mostly only for YouTubers farming content on hardcore. It used to be that you were supposed to get the 8 blocks of gold from the treasure room to make a god apple, but since they took that recipe out for some reason, it's basically useless. And no, don't try to be like gold is gold. If you wanted gold, you'd either mine for it or just go to a bastion. Anyway, in the village was a lava pool, which we contemplated using
Or
to
spend
make a
10
portal.
hours building a
Just
gold
take
farm
peek
on the
in
nether roof.
right now.
True.
You're gonna get butt by like 16 skeletons immediately. Since I didn't want to bother with the speedrun portal due to my ineptitude, I
Oh,
opted
no,
for the
not
slower
this
method,
one.
using a bucket made from the iron golem Henry killed to move lava and water into a pre-built mold. If you're wondering where half my health went, let's just say the drowned have very long arms. Henry opted to check out the nether since I was already down half health with no way to heal, and his nether excursion went about as well as you'd expect.
Alright, let's take a peek.
Waiting for the death message. It's gonna spawn you in lava watch. It's gonna be a fucking basalt delta for Soul Sand Valley.
And it's a basalt delta.
Yep, as expected.
Okay, I made it.
To the wall.
Yeah.
Cool. Be careful. There's gonna be lava coming out of the fucking blocks.
Oh great, would you look at that, Soul Sand Valley.
Lovely. The other worst biome in the game.
And I'm dead.
You fucking bozo.
A
You're s-
Magnacube jumped off a higher
You're
platform.
Oh, I
so
remember
ass.
now.
Our 3rd attempt continued the trend of incredible luck as we somehow managed to find a combined 5 villages within the first day, from which we grabbed as much as we could get our grubby little hands on. Since all our thievery took most of the day, we began to look for a suitable spot to shelter for the night. We do probably want to check this ocean, so I feel like our best bet is still to just find a mushroom biome. I completely forgot of that as a possibility until we got one, but now it definitely seems like our best bet.
Generally, I think of of swamp or dark oak?
Well, dark oak will be hell because oh well, there's mushroom biome.
Ain't no way.
Yep, mushroom biome over here.
This is supposed to be the rarest biome in the game, buddy.
The YouTuber luck was
Very
truly
lucky with
coming
these
in
seeds.
clutch for this challenge. Before heading over to the island, we
YouTuber
finished pillaging
luck.
the rest of the villages we
This
had
feels
no time for on the first day,
predetermined when
which
it
we
comes to
also found a
seeds.
ruined portal each.
Oh,
with Henry's
don't
being
worry,
all
I'll get
complete.
much worse.
The one I just
Lovely.
found
Yeah,
doesn't
never
have
did.
any crying obsidian and is missing a single block. I could just pop in here real quick.
You don't sell this, I swear to God. As expected, he popped in against my wishes and found exactly what I thought he would. Nothing. On the island, we used the gear from Henry's numerous blacksmiths to dig in relative safety down to diamond level. We cracked into a pretty small cave, and after handling a couple of wayward skeletons, we decided not to venture into the larger caverns.
You can tell I'm
opting
still
instead
used to
strip mine
Java
for
because I
diamonds,
didn't
as
spam
diamond gear
click.
would be very beneficial in
Yep.
negating
Yeah,
the
that's
amount of
true.
damage we would have to heal with our limited
That's
resources.
fault of Bedrock not being.
Yep, okay, there goes my pickaxe. I found one vein of redstone. What? Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, my parrot scared the shit
Was
out
there
of
a
me. I
parrot?
did find a couple of diamonds after quite a long while strip mining.
Parrot, a
though
jump
I did not
scare.
mine them, both due to not needing them currently, and also because my iron pickaxe broke during the
Baby
excavation.
zombie.
Back on the surface, it began to rain, and Henry had a good idea.
We
Can I-
should fish.
We should, actually. Hold on.
Wait, I don't have string.
I mean, we could also kill Drowned.
Would that be
Whoa.
worth trying though?
If a Drowned has a fishing rod, I'm pretty sure it can drop
Oh,
it.
I see what you mean.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
we
wait.
have some
No, 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 wait,
structures
wait.
around us.
We
Maybe
do.
there's,
Y'all were
like,
actually doing
treasure.
well.
If there's one of them
We
small
lived
little things,
peacefully
there's usually
once.
fishing rods there. There is.
He
okay,
has a trident. I'm out of here.
I don't want to risk it, but I'm going to risk it.
Risk what?
There's one of them little dungeon things over here.
Oh, I already went to it.
Was there anything in there?
There's a gold helmet and some coal. I
Is
didn't
it-
go to the mini one.
I think this is the one. I mean, there's probably like 6 million of them. Okay.
It's also
Go
a second
down.
one.
There's a golden helmet. Hey, what the fuck? Okay.
Uh-huh.
He two-shot me.
Sailor.
Sailor sucks.
Oh, it could have
This
been
death
so
set the tone
peak.
for how this challenge would be. We could have all the luck in the world, with the perfect seed, villages, and mushroom islands aplenty, and it could all be thrown away with one risky or careless mistake. It also made me not want to spend a long ass time.
Because ever
sorting
going
it
into
over
one of those
again.
things,
With our
'cause they have
longest attempt so
nothing.
far being wasted,
Exactly.
we wanted
Wanted
to
fishing
attempt
rod,
for
bro.
a fresh resolve and a new game
Don't
plan,
worry.
rather than spend our time carefully
We will
and
see this
meticulously
happen
grinding
many
and never
times
taking
more.
any risks, which would take a long time and be easily worthless due to one random misstep. We opted to speedrun to the Nether, where we could then deem if the seed is worth grinding on. Not far from spawn, Henry found a village near a flower field biome, which allowed us to get beds, oxeye daisies, and a bucket from the iron golem near immediately. This set us up well for exploring, where we would split up and look for either ruined portals or lava pools to enter the Nether.
Is that the
Henry's first
fucking
lava
Jenny
pool
mod
led to a
house?
basalt delta near a soul sand valley, so that
What?
portal was abandoned expeditiously. I found
I
a
knew
ruined
he would
portal
get
with
it.
only 3 obsidian missing, so we were
Ah!
going to have Henry come
Hey,
repair
man.
it
Of
course
and
you
search
would
for more.
get it,
We couldn't find
Owen.
one
Of
Great
course
minds
you
think
would.
alike.
So
Great
instead,
minds
I had
think
to meet
alike.
up with
Could you-
Henry.
do you know which
After
one
we
it
got
is
to my village,
specifically?
I managed to load
Yeah,
up
it's
a
the
nearby
goth
dark
one.
oak forest.
I forget
It's
her
the
name.
mansion.
Together the remaining ingredients
Oh,
for our
dear
soup, and also
lord.
found
Hold on,
What
let me look her
that
up.
screenshot is from.
Look
Yeah.
at what?
very
This
interesting.
man's
Let's go
gooning
get
while
some
reacting to
ominous
peak
bottom.
content. I can't believe
Let's
it.
go do a trial run.
Let's go get.
trial
Let's do
chamber.
let's do a raid and get totems of an. Well, actually,
That's not worth it. Anyway, I then joined Henry at his now complete portal and lit that bitch up like it was a blunt and my
Oh,
name was a
no.
peanut.
how about
Oh,
you
no,
go
wait,
in
wait, wait.
and take a look around.
I just actively wasted a entire heart. Okay, I'm in.
A little bit of lag.
It's still doing fuck all. God, I love Bedrock. Okay, I'm here. It's Nether Wastes.
Okay.
There's piglins. There's another fortress. First plan of action is in case the portal. Maybe make a thing to the. What the fuck was that noise?
The Nether has unique cave sounds.
There's blazes already. What? Okay, I'm completely fine making an unorthodox ass.
Yeah.
Stop that, you fucking lunatic. Well, I hear the asthmatics themselves. Okay, this isn't horrible.
Make it so we have access, but are unexposed.
Holy shit, I saw the fucking fire on your skin and I thought a blaze was up here. We
In
should
between.
have slabs, because then we can
Why?
slab out the things so things can't spawn on us. I'm going to stay here so nothing spawns here in this little room we've conditioned. Go get some cobble, a stack or two, and then we can make some slabs to slab off rooms, and we just have building blocks. Since we now had great access to a fortress in a semi-safe manner, we opted to start playing safer in order to secure our greatest desire, Netherwart. We would use slabs to prevent mobs from spawning in already cleared rooms, and set up barricades at regular intervals. We cleared a couple of rooms with Henry's stimulus package of cobblestone, but we took some damage along the way, and still didn't have a good supply of mushrooms for Suspicious Stew. Henry began digging out a 9x9 cube to attempt growing big mushrooms out of the few we had on hand, while I went back to the overworld to gather more cobblestone and build shelter around the portal, so that we would be safe even if it was night when we returned from any excursions into the Nether.
Only the greatest royalty-free music.
I had to include this, there's no way I couldn't.
It's like the essential Minecraft YouTube song.
Shout out The Builder by Kevin MacLeod.
You love Kevin MacLeod.
Do you see he's
Yo.
using AI now?
No!
He fell off.
Our goat has fallen so far.
It said execute this man.
Somehow I did not try to line it up with the music at all. I could not be asked.
The motherfucker used perch for all of 3 seconds and was disgusted by it.
Oh no, I'm starting the thing.
There we go.
Lego looking building.
What?
Yeah, I was just thinking about
This
that.
is atrocious.
Unfortunately, only
Joseph,
one of
it's
us
like
had
the
a
speed
successful
Lego
venture.
builds I
While
watch
was
it
able to construct a
get
beautifully
philosophy.
sophisticated
Yeah,
piece of
you're
innovation,
talking.
Henry was unable to coax a big mushroom into growing in the Nether, despite everything seeming to be correct as needed.
It
Since
costs
that didn't work,
$400,000 a
we began
month in
excavating out
LA.
the basement in accordance with OSHA regulations. to
Only
attempt growing
4,000?
substances for our stew in the
No, I said
overworld
400,000.
instead. As you probably
Oh.
expected, that didn't work either. So while
Just
Henry
a
went to
little
go
bit more
eat
than
that, I ventured
abysmal.
forth from the safety of our third world living arrangement in order to retrieve mushrooms from the dark oak forest I had spotted earlier. I got mushrooms, baby. 12 red, 16 brown.
That's why you were
That's
asking
enough
why
to get us
Zillow
both up to
called
full.
it
So that's
fucking-
enough to make
a
us
Zoffer, or whatever the hell it
comfortable
is.
A
enough to go
Zestimate.
get Netherwart.
It's
Yeah,
the
also, I was
Zestimate
buying a
down.
house anyway. With enough stew to
There's
fully
no way
develop
yo
our
ass is
aged
buying a
frames,
house.
We returned to the Nether Fortress with the singular goal of obtaining
Oh,
Netherwart.
the other great royalty-free music, Ultra Kill OST. Big respect here, Twin.
Thank you, Twin.
Yeah.
You don't know what kind of blocks we're on. We run these blocks.
We run these blocks.
You also picked the best one out of the Ultra Kill OST.
That is real. I'll keep slapping your way.
My
What do you mean you hit that shot?
Oh, wait. He wants. Oh,
Kill him? I just want Netherwart. Is it so hard to ask?
The answer is yes to that question.
You know another
come
word.
on. There we go.
Yeah, Ruth.
Guys.
You embrace my zestimate.
We're not making Zestimate a joke, bro.
Help to the off.
Actually, we should.
Jarvis, increase my Zestimate by 400%.
Oh my god, the ops.
Oh.
Nope. I think I
That
have
could have
to
been the
leave on
end
two
right
words.
there.
Yeah, you have to leave. I'm escorting you out.
Bro,
Yeah,
it
right.
ran by like this was
The
fucking
run
Call
ender.
of Duty.
Keep an eye
I do
out.
like how
Ready.
strategic this makes us play, but not when we're
Yeah.
not getting
Yeah.
rewarded for it. Through our tactical trench warfare, we were able to clear out a sizable swath of the fortress, though unfortunately we were unable to find anything of value in this venture. Since we couldn't find any of the interior parts of the fortress, both of our ways of getting Netherwart were impossible, being that the stairwell was surrounded by, and the chests that could generate it, are located in the interior only. With our limited resources, we decided that our best bet was to go along the underside of one of the bridges, and thus save blocks from having to build a roof and walls, as we had previously been doing. This plan partially worked, as we were able to connect to the land on the other side, but there was of course no interior to speak of. We dug around the edge of the Soul Sand Valley until we could access one of the other bridges safely, then dug from that to the remaining bridge, which, as expected, ultimately culminated in all.
There's fucking nothing in this fortress.
There's actually nothing. Okay. Well, I guess let's go.
The sacred tome.
As a kid, I yearned for the Netherwart.
peak.
Hold on, should Netherwart just like?
Wait, why was one of y'all's beds
somewhere?
higher than the
only way
other?
we can get it
Seems
is
like it
chests or only the Netherwart.
Bureaucracy.
Is this a dying fucking plant? Matt, Pat, get the theory on this now. I need to know why Netherwart doesn't grow in the Nether.
Huh. So that's 3 big black guys and a white small twink.
Why did you start that sentence with, huh? Like,
Because
unusual occurrence. There is another way to get health potions.
oh, I know what you're talking about.
We could make
No,
a witch
there-
farm.
You know, I really wish I could
Oh.
hit F3
No.
no, F3.
Yo, F3 would
1.
literally solve all of our problems because we would
Yeah.
see, hey, is there Netherwart loaded? Hey, is there a chest loaded?
Since our portal to hell had failed us, we had to abandon our beautiful Birmingham hovel, just like peasants in the 1600s, and go in search of the the swamp. Some highlights from our
I
expedition:
just
we
like to
robbed several
say,
villages, which allowed me to
Salix,
get
can you
past.
pause it real quick? That whole section was, how long do you think, Salix? Like, maybe 10 hours?
I would say probably a little less than that, but yeah, it was a long fucking time.
That was the 1 in 12 million nether fortress that has no netherwart.
I think there was one small little section of interior that was
There was.
like one room, and then it immediately ended, and there was fucking nothing there. Stacks accidentally pushed my dog down some stairs, and someone had sex with a robot in the background of Henry's mic. Who's fucking a robot in the back? What is that?
What?
After a decent amount of time, I found a gigantic swamp that contained 2 witch huts and even a plains village in the middle, which caused half of the villagers to be the rare swamp variant, because of course all of our luck goes to arbitrary rare occurrences instead of a nether fortress giving us a relatively common item that literally no one would notice is missing if they weren't doing this challenge. Anyway, with Henry now preparing to make a witch farm, we realized that we would need a trident killer, which obviously poses a dangerous hurdle as per the hate crime. Now I say need, but the trident killer is only necessary for the farm to be more efficient and AFK-able, so Henry successfully built a rudimentary version, which he was able to run back and forth from in order to get at least a few health pots. He still wanted to get the trident killer, so while I checked out our new nether area in hopes of finding a better fortress, he would peruse the river while gathering health pots from the wish farm.
Sir, do you have a trident? No. Oh, you have a trident. Backing up, backing up,
Do
backing
you
up.
need backup?
No, I don't think so. I don't have any arrows. I was hoping to have
I feel like I
arrows.
should come help you regardless.
So, right now my plan is to get him next to the surface.
At the very least, if you have to just hold shield, I can hit him while he's blocking.
Yeah, actually, no, that's a fair point. Maybe you should come up here.
Because he holds aggro. I assume you're by the witch farm?
Yeah, a little past the witch farm.
Okay.
Can you get over here, man?
I'm trying my best, man.
This man will not come any further out of the water.
I don't have any goddamn... Should I touch him?
I guess. Oh, he's
You get him. You get him. You get him.
what? Where's his hitbox? Okay. Okay. Help?
There's a guy coming from the side. I killed him. He dropped the trident.
Killed? Oh, Salix.
No!
I told you you needed help.
I told you he was there from the side. You could have turned to him.
I did.
You didn't.
I was about to drown. I was.
Why didn't you go up?
And there goes our best attempt so far. I really wish I knew what Mojang was smoking when they made the damage for hard mode Trident Drowns, because I'm pretty sure it'd be the only substance strong enough to numb our pain after this setback.
Time for my
Wait, did
dumbest
I
bit
only
of all
get hit
time.
by the trident round once?
Yeah.
So wait, so that means he did what? Like
More
7
than half your
hearts?
health? Yeah.
God, is that you?
Yes, my child. It is I, Minecraft Jesus. Look, my child.
You can
Why'd
see
you
it.
use the clip from 300, bro?
From what?
I can't.
That's-
I couldn't.
that's from
I don't
God of
know.
War.
Oh, that's God of War.
The Nether
I
Fortress
thought
was
that,
simply
Yeah.
a failed skill
I thought
check,
that was
as
the
the
clip from
Trident round.
300,
All we need to
where
do
he's,
is
like,
be better. Thank you,
dying.
Minecraft Jesus.
Always remember, my child. All your problems were caused by the Jews.
With the inspirational message from everyone's favorite billionaire, not millionaire, who managed to
No,
hide his racist
no,
feelings
no,
in
it's
the
not
world's
the
most
Jews.
popular game and get away with it, we started attempt 5. Oh, and I also changed the percentage of players
Dude, I
needed to
fully
sleep, so we
support it.
wouldn't have to both be sleeping to pass the night.
Thank you,
as a
Henry.
little quality of life reward for having about 10 hours of our lives vanish in an instant. The seed appeared to be a very good start, spawning us in a taiga with ready access to plenty of mushrooms, and also right next to a lava pool that immediately began setting the forest on fire. We set Henry to prepare for the lava pool while I headed to a nearby island to find daisies, where I ended up finding a
Curse
village
you.
with a ruined portal next to it as well. Henry opted to
Thank
head
you,
there
Twin.
instead of the lava pool, while I headed off
You're
to
welcome,
another village
Twin.
I had spotted to rob them of all their belongings. Heading back to the first village, we popped into the nether and immediately decided to leave due to it spawning us in another Soul Sand Valley. As per our usual speedrunning plan, we headed off in different directions to find ruined portals or a surface lava pool where we could check the nether for a fortress. I found a lava pool near a snowy village and constructed a portal using the remains of their protector, but unfortunately it was still Soul Sand Valley, and the guys with pale complexions and armed with projectile launching weapons did not appreciate my intrusion, so I left rather quickly. Henry spent all of his time trying to light a portal with lava because he didn't have a flint and
The
steel,
average
just for
Texan
him to end up at a
resident.
portal he had already been to because he miscalculated the distance between them. While that happened, I renovated a ruined portal that seemed to be promising.
We
Why
just
does
need
it
a
uncrouch
safe
me?
spawn.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a stupid.
This is
feature.
on like a beach.
On
next
gravel
to the
is
soul
crazy.
sand. There's a gas. What? Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Well,
Gas hit the ground below me. I didn't know there was gravel, and it all sunk, even though there was shit below it.
that's kind of crazy.
You're telling
It's
me there
crazy
was
that they've never fixed that.
one line of soul sand there and another line there, but none below me? I fucking doubt that, guys. Come on.
I missed a goddamn
began by
censor.
spawning us in a forest amidst some
I'm not
crazy
re-uploading
terrain
for that. I don't give a
because
damn.
of course I always find the coolest spots to build houses when doing a challenge.
You can
run.
censor
we
it in
extracted a good
post.
bit of iron
I
from the
can't,
mountains
though.
and again split up to comb for lava pools and ruined portals. I
You can
portaled
censor
from a
it when
pool
this
and
video
wound up in
comes
another
out.
basalt delta, though I was
Yeah,
lucky
I'll
enough to be
censor
close
it.
next to a wall that I began
Yeah, of
mining through.
course.
Unfortunately, while Henry was looking for water to use for his lava pool, he was snuck up on by a Taliban member and blown to smithereens. Attempt 7 spawned us next to a jungle and a
That's
mangrove
nice.
swamp. So Henry went off through the mangrove to find mushrooms in a normal swamp, while I went through the jungle to find a temple, much to his disapproval. My gambit paid off quite quickly, as I was able to find a temple and loot it for some diamonds, gold, string, and arrows, which we could use for various slight boosts, such as fishing rods if we wanted. After that, I headed off with the intent to meet up with Henry, and ended up just gathering some mushrooms from the swamp and going off to find the usual suspects instead, where I managed to find a village with the greatest blacksmith I'd ever seen, right next to a ruined portal. Henry came over to join me, and we lit it up and entered into a decent spawn for once. Nether wastes connected to a large opening, but in a secluded spot easily fortifiable. Since there was nothing we could see of use in the connected area, we began digging through the wall to hopefully find a fortress, or at least a way down to another open area. While there was no fortress nearby, we did find a small slice of Crimson Forest we could access, and a small beach with striders got us thinking of using them to traverse the lava oceans instead of digging, since theoretically we would be safe from ranged attackers such as ghasts due to being constantly moving.
Oh, I did get warped fungus.
Oh, you did?
So that
We could
that-
go under
I
a
think
guy.
that's not a bad option.
Could we go
honestly.
back to that guy? Wait, we need a saddle. This.
Oh, we do need a saddle. You're correct. So that's not an option, actually.
Oh, that guy has a saddle.
Oh, I forgot that's possible.
Wait, does he even have a saddle, or is he just riding him?
It's possible, yeah. Wait, no. You're right.
He does have a saddle.
Right, they do.
Yes, he does. He just
I-
doesn't have the
okay.
side texture for whatever reason. He also has the warped fungus on a stick. It doesn't mean we have to kill a zombie piglin.
Ooh.
Is there a way to kill him
yeah.
neutrally? Where the fuck are
Bro,
you?
I don't. Where? Oh, you're over there.
Yeah, this is where I was thinking of. Did the motherfucker despawned when I looked the other way? I hate this game.
Wait, he
See,
spawned.
he's back.
He
What the-
spawned.
Now
I
that's
think
a
we bring
bedrock
him into a
moment.
private room.
No, I think
Maybe
we just
can
got a
get him into
different
this
one to
room and
spawn.
He'll suffocate in the ceiling.
Oh my god. it
Hell
hurts.
yeah.
Are they angry?
Nope.
Let's
Because he's
go.
suffocating. Wait, we don't have string, do we?
Mm-hmm. I have string.
God. Ah, hell yeah, bro.
Remember? Because I went to the jungle temple.
It's all coming together. I'll place a crafting table.
All framing together.
I found a bastion.
I have no idea how to tell if it's right back.
This one has a big ass tower. I'm pretty sure stables is the one that we need.
I have no idea how to. I'm not.
There's
a speedrunner.
Netherwart. Oh, okay. We have to go to the bastion.
There's Netherwart.
There's Netherwart. I can see it.
Like you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Whip out those cords now. Put them in chat.
I need to get to
Now.
a safe place first.
Since we only had the one strider, I dug into a wall in relative proximity to the bastion, and gave Henry my coordinates, and waited for him to make his way carefully bridging and digging to me. In the meantime, I took advantage of the Warped Forest's ethnic populace to get the ender pearls we would eventually need for the ender eyes. Once Henry arrived, we began precariously bridging to the corner of the bastion.
Netherwart is in sight. I see piglins. We technically only need one, and we can just fuck off. But I mean, since we're here, we should probably... Do we greed and,
Right.
like, get chests?
I think so.
Oh, shit. There's also above. I didn't think about that. There's a brute.
Oh god. Bruh. Okay.
I got one. Okay, he tried. I got another one. I've blocked off
This
that
whole
side.
run would be solved if I just had a
Get the
lava
wart. You can
bucket.
grab the other wart.
I would say get the chest if we have enough blocks to isolate ourselves.
Yeah. Okay. So
There's a couple
I've
other
isolated that, but there's
ways
the
this
bow
run
end,
could
so
have
we
been
have to at
solid.
least block it. I want to block that floor.
I mean,
as
we
well.
still would,
Keeping
we
my eye
still,
out for
like,
brutes.
Here
still
comes
haven't
a brute.
gotten,
Yep.
whoa.
They don't respawn, do they?
I
They
don't.
probably
That
do.
guy was
I don't
chill as
believe they
hell.
have any way to get to us unless they just drop on us, which they
Okay.
can do. If we do this, all the piglins will be coming after us, but we can kill them. I have no arrows, but maybe the chest will have arrows. Is there anything like actually worth it in this?
There could be a netherite like item in there.
I'm gonna mine it. I think we're good. I think you go back up. I'll be fine. Make
Why were
sure
we
you're
trying to
in a
get
safe
netherite?
area.
We
I don't
didn't
know
have
if I'll go for
diamonds.
you two. I'm mining the thing.
I'm definitely.
Well,
Didn't matter.
there could be a, like, netherite
Okay, they
pickaxe.
definitely did get
itself
angry.
I
in the
don't think
chest.
that's true,
I think
but
they all
alright.
jumped off and killed themselves. I don't think I got anything
Oh,
of value.
good.
Okay, one guy did get here. Okay, that guy's just chill. I think they're chill now.
Wow, that chest sucked.
Oh god, I'm.
That's a brute. That's a bro.
He got in my tunnel.
How did he get in your?
I don't know. He must have dropped in.
This game sucks.
Run could have been good if we didn't open the chest or just made a tunnel from the chest to land.
Actually,
tunnel.
that's true.
Exactly.
We probably would have been fine if we never broke the chest.
Yeah.
My tunnel though. My
If
tunnel.
we just
was-
let
I
it
still
be
know
a-
how he got
Attempt
in.
8 spawned us in a forest with
Somewhere.
only one
Biblical
portal
level
of the
greed.
village visible from spawn, and when we went to go rob the village, we spotted a beach shipwreck, as well as the village having both a blacksmith and a lava pool in the middle of it. While Henry killed the iron golem and began working on the lava pool, I went to the shipwreck and the ruined portal we had spotted to gather any
I
valuables
think
they
this
may
challenge
have,
has been
of
hard
which the
carried by the
shipwreck
fact
had
that
fuck all.
the
Henry's
default
completed
PC
portal led
render
to a
distance for
blocked-off
Bedrock is
cave
like
high
40
above a
chunks.
forest, so we began to dig out
Yeah.
and down to
That's
some actual
probably
land.
true.
We kept heading down so we could get to the lowest point near the lava ocean and repeat our strider play from the last attempt. We would kill striders for string, craft warped fungus on a stick, and wait for a strider jockey to spawn, where we would then lead the strider into a 1x2 so that the zombie pigman suffocates and dies without aggroing any of the others onto us. One spawned not too long after we began looking, so I was able to begin traveling around yet again. I found another bastion but opted to pass it by given the failure of the previous attempt.
Are you sure that's
decision
also
was
a
rewarded
stables?
by the finding of another fortress a short time
Yeah,
later,
but it
where I
doesn't
docked nearby to wait
matter
for
all
Henry to
that
make his way.
much. Oh, no!
It's the clip.
Oh no!
I remember seeing this posted to the Discord almost a year ago.
This deadass might be the best part of the video, I'm not gonna lie.
That's the guy that got aggroed on me,
Poor
bro.
to speed, by the
That's
way.
the guy.
Attempt 9. We don't talk about a temp.
Abysmal,
Attempt 10
bro.
spawned us in one of the worst biomes according to some
Abysmal.
people, so we immediately began
Oh,
our
boy.
usual journeying. Henry located a stony mountain where he would attempt to find iron, and I located a mesa as well as a village and jungle temple relatively close by. With my newly discovered mesa, Henry
That was a
suggested the
weird,
idea of leveling
jungle
up a farmer
temple.
villager until
It
I
really
sold us
was. It was not
apples,
really
and
in
then
the jungle
combined
at
the
all.
apples with the copious
No,
amounts of
it wasn't. It
gold
was
that
on the
mesas
beach.
yield in order to have a relatively
On the
good
opposite
fueling
side,
source
too.
in golden apples. I looted up the jungle temple and a ruined portal that was near it, both not giving great loot, and then I headed over to the village I had spotted semi-close to the mesa, where I got a saddle from the blacksmith and also discovered that this village was overrun by various hostile entities due to the overhang of the cliff. Henry gathered more than a stack and a half of iron from the mountain before meeting me at the village, where we chromed up and I made an excursion into the gigantic
Nice
mesa to
Cyberpunk
hopefully
reference.
find a better village, which, luckily enough, I did.
I
The
don't
mesa was
think it
connected
is,
to a
but
desert,
alright.
where I could see both a village
I
and a
don't
temple,
remember
so
what
we opted
happened
to
with
leave the
this
gang-controlled
attempt.
cliffside village for the suburban desert
well-
resort. I gave Henry the
Oh,
coordinates
it's
for the
that
desert,
attempt?
and as I went to the temple,
Yeah,
I spotted
it
a
might
second
be.
one, as well as another
It might
group.
be that
Okay.
one.
Hey,
Don't create one of those clips of a creeper falling on the crap.
what I'm doing is I'm destroying the roof so they have less places to be.
That's some crazy work.
I just heard a bunch of shit explode.
Yikes.
Okay, well apparently something spawned down there. After the failed attempt on my life by known terrorists, I cut my losses and went for the other temple I had seen. And while on the way, I located
Israel.
another
Favorite
desert
Minecraft
village,
is
this time much closer to the mesa. With this new development in tactically located settlements, I turned around and went to pillage the farther village, before returning to the originally intended desert temple robbery. While at the first desert village I had spotted, I was able to take advantage of the elevated height to locate a third desert temple and a third desert village, this time mostly in the mesa. This now updated our plans yet again, so with Henry arriving to the desert cords I had given him, he went off to loot the second village and second temple, while I would continue to loot the first village and third temple, before we both headed to set up shop at the third village. Once there, we decided that since we would be spending time leveling a farmer for apples and selling our pillaged wheat to him for emeralds, as well as then spending time mining gold in the mesa, that we might as well also work on leveling up an armorer, so that we could exchange extra emeralds for diamond armor. Further, since we now plan to sort of commit to this world and actually spend time grinding, we decided to reroll a librarian for Fortune 3, so that our gold mining excursions would be even more fruitful. While Henry worked on getting a lectern, which took him a while for some reason, I mounted my steed and rode off to the mountains on the other side of the mesa, where I took advantage of an exceptionally good gold pickaxe I had gotten from a ruined portal to gather as much coal as I could, also using an iron pickaxe to gather iron along the way. This surplus of iron and coal I would trade to the armorer to level him up and also save up emeralds for his eventual diamond armor, as well as a toolsmith that I started leveling, because for some reason past me had qualms with putting Fortune on an iron pickaxe in a challenge run. This is a mindset that I will not let
Yep,
affect me
I
in future
remember
challenge
that.
runs, as I have now changed and grown as a person. To help with our poverty problem, I also quickly snagged 4 jungle saplings before I went back, so that we wouldn't have to travel 500 blocks anytime we needed to mine wood for Fletchers, which, as you probably know if you've ever needed lots of emeralds before, Fletchers happen to be one of the best and most common methods to do so. Break down all your gathered wood into planks and then sticks, and then bask in the endless low-effort emeralds the Fletcher will throw your way. Since we now had Fortune, me and Henry descended into the nearby cave opening, which was not in the mesa, and I'm pretty sure did not extend into it underground either, so I'm not entirely sure why we didn't dig in the mesa since gold was our main focus and the entire reason we had dropped the nether speedrunning play, but regardless, we surprisingly did quite well, gathering a decent amount of gold and iron, as well as enough diamonds for both of us to have a full set of armor without having to level up another villager. We took very little damage with there being surprisingly little mobs for us finding a mineshaft, but we take what we can get. We returned to the surface not too long after we entered, slightly sore but a lot more rich. We also really quickly set up a base level enchanting table to just get a slight boost on all of our armor and tools. With our gear now at a good enough stage, we entered the nether to find a fortress, this time with our focus being on blazes rather than nether wart, since this time we had a decent enough healing source and ready access to more if we needed it. Our nether portal
Ultra kill
thankfully
main
was in a
theme.
decent position, besides Henry's shoddy blocking off that consisted of maybe 6 blocks, spawning spawning us at a semi-decent elevation in a seemingly enclosed nether waste cavern. This cavern was clearly also a breeding ground of ghasts because there were so goddamn many that just kept spawning while we tried to look around. There was a little corner of warped forest that led out into the open, where there was obviously no fortress. Since we had learned Striders were the play with the previous attempts, we wound our way carefully down to the lava ocean, already prepared with a saddle and warped fungus on a stick each, where we spent our time safely killing Endermen while we waited for Striders to spawn. Eventually, Striders did spawn, and we took off in separate directions to cover as much ground as possible. After probably 20 minutes of me going in circles, because, not to be racist, the entire nether looks the fucking same, I finally found a fortress. Once Henry arrived, we dug inside and were greeted with a beautiful sight.
Nether wart.
Oh my god!
Fortune.
Okay. Oh right, I forgot you have fortune.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter that much, but... Holy shit. We can leave happy. No, we still need at least a little blaze rods.
Yeah, we need blaze rods.
With joy in our hearts at now having the wart we previously desired above all else, we, or should I say me specifically, started playing much less cautiously and ended up taking quite a bit of damage during our crusade of this fortress that I described as good, while Henry described as average. Once we acquired the 8 blaze rods we needed to comfortably go to the end, we decided to make like a tree and get the fuck out.
Just do not hit any fire. If you hit fire, you will be at like
I do
half
still
a
think
heart.
that Wither Skeleton was bullshit because he was aggroed on you.
Dude. I found it, I think.
Shut up, gas.
Is there anything here? Stop. Jesus Christ. No.
Oh.
No, please, God, please. Holy shit.
I took a heart of suffocation, damn
Yeah,
it.
I may be at 2.5 hearts.
Oh my god, okay. We need to
We need to skedaddle. I found it, I think.
You've already said that once.
Well, I meant like the path, but this is... Yeah, I actually found it.
Is it through here?
I didn't
I'm a little
think
worried
so.
about you coming through here.
Should I just, like, sit somewhere and then you let me know?
I should tell you. I have 6 hearts, so I'm not doing amazing.
Okay,
per se.
so we just need to go together. It doesn't necessarily matter if this is the right way, as long as it is a way.
That's definitely not the right way. Maybe we just mine up and then mine to those exact coordinates.
Yeah, you could do that.
Side
And
note,
yeah, go up
on Java
here.
Edition, Warp Fungus on a Stick for some reason has more, like a lot more durability than it does on Bedrock.
Another
Why?
reason
I could not tell
Bedrock
No, why
you. That's true.
wouldn't there?
Bedrock does suck.
Yeah, true.
I figured this out because I did it recently.
I found...
Stay away.
Biggest fumble of
Literally
Oh,
2025.
I
wow.
literally did not click.
Thank you.
I fucking
We
didn't.
were doing.
This is
Oh,
why I
wow.
don't
Horrible
like diamond
fumble.
pickaxes, apparently. I didn't fucking
One
click.
less hit
This
from a
It is
Wither
so
Skeleton.
ass. This game's so ass. I did not click. That was not even 2.5 fucking balls.
Bunker
That was
genuinely, I
really
think the
fucking
Mesa play
trouncing,
was just
Man,
ass.
I swear to God, on everyone's soul, I did not click. That shouldn't have broken instantly.
If we had mushrooms,
that
I would
shouldn't
have been
killed
full
me from
health.
fall damage anyway.
We had it all. Salem.
I
We had-
know.
Everything. I have
Abysmal,
no idea where
bro.
this goddamn portal is even. What happened? So
I still
was
don't
mining
believe I
what?
the
actually
thing, I
clicked.
saw there was a block.
you
I
know.
looked down, and then God said, "Break the block below you." Apparently, I didn't. fucking
That
click
was a
in any
pretty
world,
short
but
fall
apparently
for
I
2.5
clicked once, and
hearts.
my pickaxe insta broke, and I died. Oh, bro, it didn't. It didn't. It just
Can you
didn't.
imagine
It's
if I
not something
landed on that
happened.
fucking
I'm going
vine?
to
There.
start believing in a religion
I'll-
specifically
that
so
would
that
be-
I can find
Like, not
whatever
from that
guy
hole, but, like,
made
in a
that happen
different
and
universe, I
beat the
was, like,
fucking
5
shit
blocks
out of him,
forward.
because I wouldn't.
Should have gone back
What the
into
fuck
the
do you mean I
world.
clicked
Try-
that?
well,
Nothing in
it-
my
you
head
could have
would
made a
tell me to
copy
click
from.
that there.
Wait, no.
Not even
could
the
you?
goddamn
No.
To do
voices
what?
themselves. So why
you're
the hell
going
is
to
my
kill
see-
the Messiah.
See how
of every
realistic
religion.
2.5
I'm
hearts
going
of
to go
fall
on a
damage is
fucking
there.
Kratos ass.
Oh, I mean, you can just
killing
count the
spree
blocks.
because there's no realm where I clicked that block. We
yeah.
won that one.
That was perfect.
We had it all.
We had everything,
Seems like
and then
you're a little
God said,
peeved by this.
kill yourself.
I'm going to spare you any further crash out from me, since my past self thoroughly said everything I could say already. Instead of dwelling on this catastrophic misclick, we will look ahead and begin attempt 11. A few attempts in, we had abandoned typical numbers for our seeds, choosing instead to use references or pleas in short form. For this attempt, we decided to return to basics.
What world seed should we do?
Redemption arc. What?
What world seed?
44331212.
44331212.
Yes.
Okay, show chords, show days played, natural regen off.
Okay.
Okay, this is the
Really
spawn of all time.
Are we in like a tundra?
Yes, actually.
God damn it.
I think that's okay.
which
There is a
direction
village
was
already over
that?
there. I think that might connect to one. Is that a second fucking village?
With us each finding a village of our own straight off the bat, we intended to continue with our usual strat of speedrunning to the nether, but due to all of the ruined portals I found being horizontal, we were unable to actually enter the nether
What?
until Henry found a ruined portal that didn't suck ass. At this point, we had robbed and traded with so many villages and villagers,
Wait, why
that
the
we both
fuck were the
almost
portals
had a stack of
horizontal?
emeralds each.
It can be
so
horizontal.
we decided to set up at the nearest
Whoa.
village to the portal, and again level up armorers for free
I've
diamond
never
armor.
seen that
Skipping
before.
over the incredibly annoying and time-consuming process that just getting a villager to get a job in a decent area was, because for some reason we must have had mole people under our mole people that were stealing all the employment opportunities before our hard workers in their cozy living spaces could get what they deserved.
You're surrounded by job opportunities, man. Come on.
Anyway, once we finally got
Yogi
two trapped armorers, we
Carmen.
would make use of a nearby lava
Yeah.
pool to
Villagers are
shoot lava
horrible
buckets
on
to get them
Spark.
to their final level. Henry complained that doing so lost the bucket, until I questioned how we would be trading them a bucket of lava without also giving them said bucket. Since we didn't have an easy source of iron like we did in attempt 10, I pulled a genius solution out of my ass, remembering that fishermen would trade us buckets of fish for relatively low costs, low enough to be worthwhile over directly using the emeralds on the armor. This worked perfectly, allowing us to level up our first armor to the max level. Unfortunately, Henry didn't have enough emeralds to buy the chestplate, and while I did have enough, we didn't have enough coal and iron to level up our second armor anyway. With our gear being relatively decent, especially with a boost from a low-level enchanting table, which Henry was able to make due to finding 3 diamonds in a blacksmith chest, we felt safer to explore our nether portal for a fortress, rather than descending into the infested mob pit that our village was situated on to find enough resources to level up the second armor. To make sure we didn't have a repeat of the last attempt, we split up our suspicious stew ingredients, which gave us enough to make 18 each, limited by red mushrooms, but carrying extra of the other ingredients in case we found more. Further, we also each carried
Never
3
again.
water bottles, so that we would be able to brew emergency health potions if need be, since one of the ruined portals I had previously robbed had given me 15 glistering melons for free. Since Henry had already gone through the portal, we knew it was a crimson forest, and while being a large open area, spawned us close enough to the wall that we would be relatively safe. Of course, there was no fortress visible, so instead of journeying through the open area, we dug through the wall to see if there would be anything better in a different cavern, as while exploring the nether is usually dangerous enough, crimson forests spawn hoglins, which happen to be able to do a lot of damage usually. Hoglins are easy enough to deal with when by themselves and known to be there, simply pillaring up a couple of blocks in similar fashion as when dealing with iron golems. However, since an open crimson forest can spawn large amounts of hogs from multiple directions, it is much easier to get jumped and overwhelmed, which is a risk we didn't want to take if there was no visible reward. Eventually, we broke through the wall on the other side, which thankfully was above the edge of the crimson forest going into a warped forest. We risked bridging and then used a boat to tank a slight fall without taking any damage. If you're wondering why we don't use the boat negating fall damage more, we simply don't trust it, which in Hind Google site was apparently completely unnecessary, as the glitch where the boat still deals fall damage at specific and seemingly random block heights is apparently only a Java issue. Allegedly anyway, Google's information was very mixed and also very old. Regardless, I'll just pretend that the AI overview is definitely correct and say, score 1 for Bedrock. Anyway, since killing a strider gave us enough string to make 2 fishing rods, we spent our time culling the Enderman population while we waited for a Strider Jockey to spawn. After I had killed enough Endermen to have more Ender Pearls than we would probably ever need, we finally found a Strider Jockey. Not very far away from where we started, I found a fortress, and unlike Attempt 8, Henry was able to make it to me unmolested. Since I didn't want a repeat of last time, I played much more carefully, and despite taking much longer than it probably should have due to terrible drop rates, we eventually got 9 blaze rods, which we deemed enough to leave, and we even got a 10th on the way out of the fortress. Even with both of us on full health, tensions were high as we wound our way slowly and carefully back through the warped forest towards our portal coordinates. Multiple times, an Enderman would aggro onto one of us for literally no reason, and we would be slowly weaving our crosshair to look through as little open area as possible to limit the chances of actually aggroing an Enderman in a way that made sense, along with hopefully decreasing
Like
the chance
the
of them
incident.
schizophrenically hallucinating that we quote-unquote looked at them. Thankfully, we made it home with the only damage being to our nerves, making this attempt the farthest we had ever made it before, since we had safely made it out of the Nether Fortress with enough blaze rods to go to the end, along with Nether Wart to be our best healing source for this challenge. With this, we now faced the final hurdle to beat this challenge, the Ender Dragon. We were in no hurry to speedrun to the end, so we took our time making preparations. Even so, we didn't want to spend too much time, mostly at Henry's reassurance that we wouldn't need max level gear to beat the dragon. If it was up to me only, I absolutely would have spent the time needed to get us netherite gear and max
Can you
enchants,
pause?
given how that
Yeah.
wouldn't be very
The thing about the Ender Dragon on Bedrock Edition, it perches like 4 times as often as it does on Java. On Java Edition, the dragon heals while perched. The Bedrock Edition dragon does not. In exchange, the Bedrock Edition dragon will like swoop at you and shoot like 10 times the amount of fireballs.
You also did not tell me that before we started going to the dragon. You just told me we'd be able to do it, withholding
Essentially,
information.
You can deal a lot more damage. Like, you can kill the Bedrock Dragon without destroying the crystals if you do good damage. But also, you know, if you don't have max gear, it will be dealing a lot more damage.
Dangerous and would minimize any chance of losing to the dragon. Anyway, I spent long hours re-rolling 2 librarians for valuable enchants, which ended up being Sharpness 5 for maximum damage and Feather Falling 4 to minimize fall damage. While I did that, Henry worked on getting more emeralds from Fletcher's as well as taking what he called a little mining trip. I have no idea what he actually did, but it seemed to work well enough as he didn't take damage and got about 20 iron from the venture. This iron was used to level up the second armorer enough so that Henry could once again relay fish buckets from the fisherman to the lava pool and back to the armorer to unlock his diamond armor trades. Unfortunately, this armorer also sold diamond boots, meaning that if we wanted to get a full set, we would need to level up a third, which we didn't want to do. Once I finished re-rolling the librarians, I made a quick trip to the nether to get some glowstone dust to boost our eventual health potions, which thankfully was both quick and easy. Since we only had the 10 blaze rods from our fortress mission, we felt it was necessary to conserve them where we could, since we would need blaze powder to make ender eyes to get to the end, along with also being needed to power a brewing stand. The brewing stand is where we could save a blaze rod, as instead of using one of our 10, I went out on my horse to find a village with a church where I could get a pre-made one for free. This took surprisingly long, but since I was able to get a large amount of emeralds in the process, it was probably worth it. Now, since we had gotten both enough bookshelves and XP from robbing and trading with villagers to get level 30 enchants, we figured it was worth it to get a couple to boost our gear. Since I was close to level 30 and still needed a little XP, I decided to fish, since it was the safest option that could also give other enchanted items we could use, such as bows and books. Once I got to level 30, I opted to enchant my boots with Feather Falling 4, rather than spending 30-something emeralds to buy the book we had, on the off chance I got other better enchantments like Protection 4. While I did end up with Projectile Protection 4 again, I also got Depth Strider 3, so it was objectively worth it, even if it didn't pay off completely. Since I was now down 3 levels from 30, I decided to go to the nether and strip mine for quartz, which did also result in me finding a decent amount of ancient debris, though I couldn't actually mine it since we didn't have a diamond pickaxe or the diamonds for one. While I did that, Henry started fishing as a way to pass the time, since we would need to stop sleeping for at least 3 days in order for phantoms to spawn. Why do you want phantoms to spawn, I hear you ask? The reason is simple. Phantom membranes are used to brew slow falling potions, which will essentially completely negate fall damage while active, as well as also allowing us more time in the air to react if we were to get flung off the end island. Also, since it negates fall damage, it removes the chance of either of us dying to a skill issue. Once I got a decent level and all my pickaxes broke, I returned home and got my final enchants done before joining Henry the Fish while we waited for phantoms. After killing
What the hell?
actually...
Henry Fish.
Did it break?
What?
Why
did it do that?
Before joining Henry to fish
Okay.
while we waited for phantoms. After killing actually 6 or 7
Okay, I don't know
phantoms,
why I did
one
that, but whatever.
finally dropped a
Oh.
membrane.
Oh,
Holy shit.
it's real.
I want to mention I didn't make that joke intentionally because, you know, the funny.
We did kill a lot of
No, it
phantoms
was-
before getting one.
It was because when I was counting in editing, I counted 6, and when I asked you in recording, you said 5. So the last one we killed would have been the 6th or the 7th. So it was actually true. The One Piece. I swear to God, I thought you just ate it.
With that phantom membrane finally acquired, I decided to quickly sort our few chests to expedite our final preparations. Our planned strategy for the end fight was simple. To avoid unnecessarily risky or high damage danger, such as falling from one of the obsidian pillars, we would shoot down the crystals without cages and just ignore the ones with cages. Even with slow falling potions, ender pearls, water buckets, and feather falling, fall damage was still something we did not want to chance at all, especially since we could still out-damage the end crystals healing the dragon when it perched, which Henry had confirmed previously in another world he had played. Anyway, once all the easily accessible end crystals were taken care of, we would avoid fighting until the dragon perched, where we would then do as much damage as we could. If it turned out that we needed to break the crystals in the cages, we would
You know
figure
you
out
can
how
shoot
best to
the
do
cages
so during the fight itself.
and
Our
with the
inventory
bow.
surrounding
On
our
Bedrock
base included
Edition.
blocks we
You
could
can't?
use to
Specifically
shelter
on
and fill
Bedrock
all of our
Edition, you
potions,
cannot.
which were 3 slow falling
That's
each,
so
totaling
fucking
for 12
gay.
minutes, as well
It
as a
is.
collective 3 strength
I'm
potions
pretty
between
excited.
us, along with our immense store of health potions. Further, if we miraculously managed to use all of our health pots and still be alive, I brought a bundle containing the ingredients needed to make more. Our gear was decent. 3 pieces diamond armor with iron pants, with some variations of protection or projectile protection on each piece, as well as feather falling 4 on our boots. We had sharpness 5 on our swords, and maxed out bows from our days spent fishing. We had 3 stacks of arrows between us, which we purchased from our Fletcher, as well as the typical basics such as tools, food, and wood.
You know what? I am taking my fishing rod because if I'm going to die, I want to die with blackjack and hookers.
With us now as fully
that the
prepared as we would be,
Minecraft
we set
Dungeons
off on
music?
horseback to
Yes,
find the
it is.
stronghold.
Oh, I love that music.
Another goddamn. Oh, die, bitch.
Maxim 9.
Bro actually shot me around the corner. This game sucks.
After a rather uneventful expedition
named
that
your
took way
fucking-
longer than it
What
should
the
have,
f-
we found
Henry?
the portal and prepared to see if all these attempts and failures
Bro, you
had
named
been
your
worth it.
bow
Here we
after
go.
one of the
let's
worst
go.
pistols ever made.
We
I'll
have
go.
our own lives now.
It's cool.
Hello, good sir.
Oh,
Here comes a.
What? I didn't even notice. Why was that Enderman in the ground?
Yeah, what the fuck? I was just about to
noticed that
say.
now. What the?
I was
Why
just about
is
to say,
Bedrock
what's the
so
deal with the
frickin'
Enderman?
don't come at us.
Why were he
He's
in the
coming.
soil? What?
Owie. Is he coming again? No, he. What? I've never fought Bedrock Dragon, I don't think. Okay.
Yeah, he purchased. Oh, come on. Bro's perching
I
constantly.
think I just got
We just need to
fucking quad
shoot the
kill.
thing.
Ow.
Bro.
Absolutely
I need to
god
heal.
tier aim.
Ouchies.
He broke.
First time I've ever had
Place
good
a war,
aim.
place a war, place a war.
I did.
I know,
Keep
you
it
have
again.
Bro,
terrible
he's
aim in every
perching
other
again.
game.
Exactly.
Okay, can you pause real quick?
Yes, twin.
Henry.
So
You're fucking up the climax.
It seems like it's not shown here. I was at 1.5 hearts in this scene.
Why would I know that?
Maybe I just didn't say it because
You
I was
didn't.
panicking.
You just told me to
But
place water.
I think I didn't have any health potions on my hotbar at the time because I just used one.
Why?
And I got to like 1.5 hearts in that charge right there.
You homunculus, half of my hotbar was health potions. Why did you not have a single one?
I probably didn't have time to switch them out because the dragon was charging at us so frequently.
Why didn't you do that before we went in the portal? I asked you, are you ready? And you said yes.
Well, I probably had the potions and then, I kept having to use them and didn't have time to switch them out.
Sure, buddy, sure.
But
Okay.
This is a
He's coming.
great
Dude.
insult.
drop. Okay, I'm fully topped
Okay, I
off.
don't think they're mad at us.
Yeah, I'm taking the water.
Oh, perching.
Perching. Ouch, he's touching my balls. Holy f-
Yep, look at that.
Okay.
See? Okay, by the way, sir, I don't have water anymore. So,
I have
that's
one.
fine.
Did the Ender Dragon
Well,
delete
I'll
your
just stick
water?
next to you. Don't
Ow.
He's
Oh.
perching. Get the thing. Ow, ow, ow. Stop that. That does not do
Ow.
5 parts.
Ow.
You're in the thing. You're in the thick of it.
Bro, it was literally above me.
Yeah. The hitboxes are a little cringe. Do they ever go away? Ow, what? Dude,
They go away eventually. This is
guy
the hard
littering
part
throughout
about
the
this
entire fight.
dragon, the Bedrock Dragon.
yeah, is that he's quite cringe. He's already fully healed. You drunk here. They
Why
don't
is
go
he
away.
healing
What
so
is
much?
this? How is this fair? He's
Oh,
perched.
perching. But can I get to him?
No, I don't think you can. And it each does a heart. This is.
Bro, it actually doesn't go away.
I think if we just both get in there, we can.
Yeah. I need to go to
Okay,
you.
I got another pillar. He's perched
Oh,
again.
but he perched again. Oh my god.
What is this dude doing?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't get crits as easily because I'm on.
I
legitimately
yeah, I can do that in a bit.
sword hit this entire We got this. We got this.
Like,
Perch again.
Bedrock's
He's
hitboxes
shooting-
are just
so ass.
They
I
are.
would say
okay, again. Get him.
the Java Ender Dragon is actually probably harder.
We can get him.
Oh, come on,
Okay,
guys.
Shoot
Come
him
on.
down.
Shoot him.
Oh dear
I
lord.
sniped him.
He's perching
Let's
again.
go.
Okay.
And with that, we have beaten Vanilla Minecraft's hardest challenge. Multiplayer, Bedrock, Ultra Hardcore. If you're watching this video on the day
We didn't
it was
even use
posted,
the
January
end double
20th,
life
2026, well, first off, I love you. But second,
No, we
beat
didn't,
this
'cause we're
challenge
better.
a year ago to the day, meaning this video has taken a whole year to make. Obviously, I wasn't working on it non-stop the whole year, but you get my point. This video took a long time to film and edit, and as such, if you enjoyed, I would very much appreciate if you liked the video, subscribe if you want to see more, share it with a friend if you think they'll like it, comment any feedback or what we should do next, join my Discord if you want to chat, I guess follow my socials if you want to occasionally see me post some dumb shit. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.
This might be the first time I've ever actually done a shilling segment that wasn't me just saying subscribe.
That was an extensive one.
This was an extensive
That's
one.
one of my things I've loved about your videos is you just don't fucking shill.
I got a shill more,
Often.
twin.
You do.
You shill
That's why
more
you're
than I
the
do.
goat. Exactly.
Ugh.
I shill more than
shilling
I do, but I
into
don't
it.
even get a fucking cut of the paycheck.
What paycheck, twin?
It's $5.
Let me
It's gonna
check
put
my
$8
earnings
in
right
his
now.
account.
Let me check my earnings right now. Estimated revenue:
I guarantee you, might have been like
$1.66.
Yo.